Welcome back to Major Discussions, the show that interviews students on campus by keeping it fresh with wowing questions, games, and guests. I'm Fega Chotoretsky, and I'm here with my co-host Melinda Brancato.
We're back with season 3, and we've got a special guest with us today, the one, the only, Kate the Great Salamita. I'm so excited to be back, and I'm so excited to have you.
Thank you for having me back. I'm so excited to be back, guys.
Of course.
Thanks.
We're happy to have you.
It's been so long.
Awesome.
I know.
We're back. We got a fresh set. We got fresh hair.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
We're here. We're ready.
Yes.
It's going to be a great show.
I'm so
Yes.
excited.
I'm just so excited. So we've had you on the show before. You filled in when I was out with COVID. Thank you, because oh my God. But you're back, and we want to interview you properly. So why don't you remind our guests who maybe have seen the show and maybe missed your episode of who you are, what you're doing here, what you got going on.
Okay, thanks for having me back. First of all, I'm so excited to be back. This new set is adorable. I filled in for Mel last semester, if I'm sure you major watchers watched the Major Bake Off, which I was a judge on, which was a little traumatizing, to say the least, because I still have nightmares about Mel's concoction that I had to eat.
Okay, I get it. I get that you don't want me to cook for you anymore. Listen, I can cook a mean chicken balsamic recipe. I just can't bake by scratch, but I digress.
Okay. So what were some things that you did over the summer before you came back for the semester?
Over the summer, I worked a lot. I work in an ice cream shop, which is always super fun. It's the most basic teenage summer job ever, but it's so much fun. I had an internship, and I think the highlight of my summer was, not to brag, but I did get front row at Harry Styles' concert.
Would you say you're a fan of Harry Styles?
I think a fan is a little bit of an understatement. I think it's basically my world revolves around him.
I think that's fair to say.
I think anybody who's ever talked to me, ever, had a conversation with me, he comes up at least once, twice, probably close to 3 times. It's just something.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to share it with the world.
That's nuts. But so you're such a fan of him, so I would be so surprised if you weren't keeping up with this. What are your thoughts on the Don't Worry Darling drama going on?
The drama. So basically, to fill you guys in, I'm sure most people know about the drama with Harry Styles and Florence Pugh and Olivia Wilde, because Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde are in a relationship, and obviously she's the director, and he's, her boss, and it just got a little messy because there was some tension between Flo, I guess, and Olivia, and 99.99999% of the time, I'm always Team Harry. But this time, I gotta be Team Flo. I gotta respect her. From what I've been hearing and everything that's coming out, Miss Girl was going through it on the set between all the drama with Olivia trying to get Shia LaBeouf, and then all the drama with her dating Harry Styles and the favoritism that I've been hearing about. I don't know if all of it's true, They haven't really spoken much about it.
I definitely, I think it's very interesting. There's definitely that tension spoken about between Olivia and Flo because of that reason. And it's funny how Olivia is trying to flip the narrative of these news reporters are trying to pin these women against each other, and it's like, no, she just doesn't like you because you were cheating on your husband, allegedly.
Again, yeah, it's a crazy situation, as is the PR behind everything. So how do you think that you would handle the situation if you were their PR person?
I think the person who's handling their PR is honestly doing the best they can. I mean, Harry Styles is just such a prominent celebrity right now. Everywhere you go, you see him. He doesn't really even need a PR team. Anything he does is so close under a microscope that, keeping them apart and not really letting them interact too much or publicly is the best that they can do.
That makes sense. But you got to think about Flo in Venice. She's like, I'm not doing PR. I'm staying home. I'm going to Venice. Not home. I'm going to Venice. I'm going to vacation away from you people. And then she did show up. And then there's Spitgate.
Don't even get me started on that.
Come on, Harry.
That was my entire TikTok For You page for 3 weeks was, did Harry Styles actually spit on Chris Pine?
There's no way.
And
I don't think that's
I just think it was a diversion to take all the attention away from him and Olivia because he came back after he went back to
that's smart.
do a concert, and he said, I just took a little trip to Venice to quickly spit on Chris Pine.
I think
Chris
that's
Pine's
interesting. I think that's really interesting, and it's a good response. I would have never thought of that. But that being said, When we come back, we're going to focus some more on Kate, but later on, we will jump back into this. You're watching Major Discussions, so stay tuned.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back to Major Discussions. Melinda and I are here with Kate. We just touched base with your skills on PR. Where'd all that knowledge come from? Do you want to touch on your past experiences with PR?
Sure. So I'm actually not a PR major. I am a communications and broadcasting major with a minor in sales and marketing. But in my senior year of high school, I was the head of a marketing company that was ran by our school, which was like a legit company. So most of my PR knowledge comes from that. We did pretty well. We went to like nationals. It was kind of like cool. So I helped run a few companies in high school, and obviously just because, you know, communications and business kind of go hand in hand, I decided that I wanted to continue on with that a little bit and minor in sales and marketing.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
What were you, like, high school?
Yeah, well, that's
All I have to
certainly
do
a
is
high
Google
school
you and your
experience.
interview with your, all I have to do is Google you and like your interview with your local news station just pops up.
What can
It's
I say?
incredible.
It's crazy.
Local celebrity. No autographs, please.
Crazy. But that being said, so do you want to touch about how maybe that's made your perspective shift as a broadcaster now?
Yeah, so, you know, when I worked with my company, I did a lot with our local TV and newspapers and just a bunch of different media outlets in general. I worked very closely with, I'm from Binghamton, so we have WBNG and Fox 40, so I worked very closely with them, just figuring out, you know, how can we best promote our product in such a short period of time, and how can we promote it in the right way that we want people to see it in. Our product was during COVID, so it was a mask spray that cleans out your mask. It was kind of like an antibacterial. It was meant for like nurses and teachers who had to wear their masks for a long time during the day. So obviously, you know, you're not going to dedicate a lot of time to a small company. So how can we make sure that we get like a good word out there for our company in a short period of time? And we had such good reviews, and it taught me a lot about how to make a good impression with just a short amount of time on TV and in different media outlets.
That's awesome. Kind of bouncing off Mel's question from before a little bit, how do you think you have grown as a broadcaster as a whole in the past year, especially with all the new things you got involved with?
Yeah, I mean, definitely I've been a part of WTOP since the winter of last semester, and WNYO the same thing. I have my own show, both on WNYO and on WTOP this semester. And really just learning all about how everything in the studio works. Obviously, I mentioned before, with the business I helped run, we did do interviews and things like that, but they were never in-studio interviews, so being able to actually see how everything behind the scenes and the control room works has been super, super interesting to me. And as much as I like being on camera, I love working on the behind the scenes of all the cool OPs here and all that fun stuff.
So, kind of playing off that, do you like all the behind the scenes stuff? Do you see yourself doing that more so in the future? Is that like the dream? Is it on camera, behind the camera? What are you thinking?
I don't know. My dream would be to be a sports reporter. I love sports. I'm a diehard Yankees fan, so my dream would to be like a reporter for them. But I don't think I'm deteriorated or pushed away at all from working behind the scenes, because I've ended up loving working behind the scenes more than I ever thought I would have, because I always thought it would be fun to be on camera.
Yeah.
But being behind the camera is really cool too, and like especially, you know, having control of pushing the button board.
Do you like the producing aspect of it, or like the physical, like being able to move around all the time? You're not necessarily, I feel like for some crew positions you're not stuck behind a desk depending on what you're doing. So
yeah, I loved in my broadcasting class last year, I had the chance to direct all the students go through all the different phases, from being TD to AP to directing to floor manager, XYZ. And I love directing because I love being able to see what was on each camera and getting to make those creative decisions of where things could go. So I think one day if I can maybe even direct sports games, that would be really cool too, to see, just to have that creativity and that, you know, being able to say, let's take a look at this shot, go to this shot, and just being able to just kind of, in the moment of it all, have that creative power.
Nice. One last thing before we go into what we have next for our viewers, I think I have to ask, what is your favorite song and favorite piece of film?
Thinking about Harry, you know.
Yeah, we already know. We already know that.
So
part.
my favorite song, take a guess, it's by Harry Styles. Can You
No
Moon,
way.
of course. It's so fun. When he performed it live, I best believe I was screaming. My videos that I have of that song is, you can't even hear him, it's just me like screaming in the background, which is not good. My favorite movie, it's gotta be The Sandlot, a classic,
Baseball.
a tradition. I have a shirt that says, "You're killing me, Smalls." It's my favorite thing.
I feel like that's one of the most popular pop culture references that somebody can make is, "You're killing me, small."
It's like an inside
anybody
joke in
who's
our
short
family.
has heard that incessantly, and it gets so
As the shortest one in my
frustrating.
family, I'm 5 feet tall. That is like my family's go-to is, "You're killing me, Smalls," because I'm just the shortest. So
Yeah.
it just, The Sandlot holds a special place in my heart.
That's
Yes.
yeah. I mean, baseball and sports, Harry Styles. We've covered a lot.
We have.
What you want to do? Would you ever be interested in doing something having to do with like pop culture figures, like celebrities, instead of necessarily sports figures?
I mean, I'm not opposed. If somebody said go work with Harry Styles or Taylor Swift, I'm running. Yes, please. I will do it in a heartbeat. I don't know. I think it would be really cool to be an interviewer, like on the red carpet for maybe like a Met Gala or something like that. I don't think that comes with a lot of time and patience,
I
though,
mean,
to
we
be able
covered
to.
Met Gala fashion. I don't
Yeah, the
know,
Met Gala
like,
fashion.
I think we did a pretty good job.
I think after our last episode of WNYO, which Mel was on, where we rated all the Met Gala looks, I don't think I'm the most qualified to be on the fashion carpet, concluding that I just did
You
not
could be
have
like
any idea what was
an
going on at all.
Emma Chamberlain type figure. She does know what she's talking about.
Oh,
though.
she does.
She was the
She's
one who did the
good.
interviews this past gala.
She's really good, and she's evolved a lot too over the past
Yeah.
couple of years from the influencer.
I can see you
to
doing
the
But
something
that
like
again
that.
is a part of PR. So
Oh.
I'm gonna switch you into PR.
We got a PR major in the building.
Hello.
I can see you doing something like that.
Oh,
You'd be so good at it.
Yeah.
But broadcasting,
tempt me.
that's where you're at right now.
This is my
Yeah.
little home. This is where I love it.
Yeah.
I love it
Well,
here.
you're welcome here.
Thank you.
we love broadcasting here at WTOP10 TV.
It's almost
That-
like
it's
really
almost
like it's what we
shocking.
do.
Yeah, so you're watching Major Discussions. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we have some major fun ahead.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices.
Like your text to emoji ratio.
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know.
Yeah, you just stand up. Look at that. It's so sad. Here, put that over.
I'm so excited. Welcome back, everybody. We got an upcoming game, and Faye and Kate have no idea what this game is. This is brand new, but this is what we're doing. So, what we're going to be playing is PR Panic. What would you do? All right, so essentially what this is going to be is our director, there it is, that's what would you do? Our director, Garrett, he's a lovely person. He's who you saw in our intro video. He came up with these fun little scenarios for us to go through, and we're gonna see what would we do as their PR person. How would we handle this thing? Because we just talked about scandals like Don't Worry Darling. A couple of us have some PR experience. If you know, I recommend you take a PR class because everybody needs it one way or another. Anyway, so that first scenario, a passenger on Spirit Airlines flight 887 was kicked off the plane after employees learned the flight was overbooked. The passenger refused to give up his seat, and a heated argument broke out between security and the passenger. Security officers ended up forcibly pulling the passenger off the plane as spectators recorded the incident on their mobile devices. What would you do? I want to keep in mind that all of these scenarios are fake. So, what would we do with this?
Oh,
This one hits close to home.
Kate, do you want to take it first?
I once got kicked off a flight
What?
because it was overbooked.
No.
Yes.
way.
We had no idea.
I did not start a heated argument or anything like that. I merely cried in the airport because I had gotten kicked off my senior trip flight because the plane was overbooked. It was so bad. We were going.
Oh my God.
Sorry, story time. We were going on a trip and the plane got overbooked. Didn't realize it, and I was the victim who got kicked off the plane.
So what did you do? You're in high school.
I was 17 at the time, so I was still a minor. It was the day before my birthday.
Oh my God.
And they
This
had
is
to
horrible.
give. Yeah, this story it's a little close to home. And
We had no idea.
they had to they give an incentive to this girl. She got like a free hotel and like 2 free flights or whatever to switch her seat with mine. So I
Okay.
did get on the plane. I
So
did make it on my
essentially-
trip.
So that's a horrible story.
Yeah.
But essentially what you would do is you would try to provide reimbursement for the passenger that was
Yes.
kicked off the flight.
Yes.
And you'd try to handle this
Compensate.
gracefully.
Yeah,
But- so that
they
was your
did.
situation. In this situation, they didn't want to get off the plane. So would you try to, as a PR person, offer something else to somebody else and then see if they would go more peacefully?
Mm-hmm.
Or
I think at that point, if they're being like aggressive towards it, then that's when you got to kind of bring authorities in.
Then you gotta- okay.
Because
now it's on
that's
social
just
media.
gonna be an unenjoyable flight for everyone.
Writing a statement. But
Yeah.
we got another one coming up. So next
Yeah.
one. An Uber driver denied riding service because the passenger insisted on bringing his pet baby alligator, Gonzo. The passenger noted to the driver that Gonzo was a service animal and believed he should not be discriminated against. Okay, so this is tough because I don't think you're technically allowed to ask somebody for their paperwork for a service animal. However, I know if I were an Uber driver, not trying to discriminate against service animals. I would not want an alligator in my car. I would feel very uncomfortable with that. So
pretty fair.
I see where the Uber driver's coming from. How would you handle it, Faye?
How would I handle it? It's tough in the sense of being the PR person after the event.
Yeah, so it's happening. How would you handle it?
Right, so I have very little experience with PR. I will take PR classes in the future, but I as part of my broadcasting, but I have not taken any so far.
Okay.
Just from my understanding of how to work, how to relate
Let's
to
say
people.
you're Uber responding to this. This has already
Uber.
happened.
Right. I think probably I would apologize.
Okay.
I think I would say make some kind of statement like we respect service animals and we are. It's unfortunate that the situation happened.
Okay.
Kate,
but you're kind of
more
nodding in
apologizing.
disagreement.
I wouldn't even put out a statement like that. I would put out a statement being like, I don't think exotic animals can even be a service animal.
Okay.
Is that true though?
Here,
I'm pretty sure someone
yeah.
on campus has a pet rat as a service animal.
So
Well, but
that's
that's
different.
not that can't kill you. I don't think a rat can chop your head
absolutely.
off.
Are you?
I think
New York City. I come
these are
from New York
two-
City.
hold on.
The rats can definitely kill you.
Hold on. These are two entirely different situations. We're thinking about the
Right.
crocodile and the Uber driver.
True.
So, what I would do as Uber, the company, I'm responding to this incident. I would state we are so sorry that this has happened to you. We sympathize. You always want to apologize. You want to sympathize, and then you want to go from whatever your company policy is. So I'm not exactly sure on exactly what Uber's policy is, but let's say it's your vehicle. You as an Uber driver, you have the right to deny a service. As an Uber driver, you have the right to deny service. So we would say we are sorry that this customer felt this way, but we want to make sure that everybody is comfortable and safe. Something along those lines. Obviously,
Right.
that's not great verbatim, but that went on for a very long time.
Yeah.
Can you tell which one of us is the PR major? Because it's not me.
Not me either. Definitely not me.
Okay, so we have one more left.
Yeah.
One more left.
We
So,
have one more. Alrighty.
okay. A Subway customer left distraught after his foot-long sandwich was missing spicy mayonnaise. This disgruntled customer asked the Subway sandwich artist to add this missing ingredient, but was denied because the customer refused to pay the additional cost. What would you do?
Ooh.
Oh,
Does this go to you?
this one strikes. I think this goes to me. I work in
Yeah.
customer service, so.
Ooh.
At this point, typically what we'll end up doing is we just kind of bite the bullet and we comp it. That's what we'll have happen.
Yeah.
Is I remember one incident specifically. I had accidentally rung up an extra cup of coffee on Mother's Day, and this is the busiest, like one of the busiest shifts. And I go,
no.
I'm so sorry. I'll go fix that right away. And then I got screamed at. But so essentially in that situation for food service specifically, you kind of just gotta bite the bullet. It's such a little thing. Mayonnaise, how much is that upcharge really?
Right.
You just
Yeah,
add it at
it's-
that point.
it's mayonnaise.
You want to keep people happy.
Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, that was really an interesting game. Don't go anywhere. There will be more fun as soon as we come back from this short break.
You quit smoking and thought, that's that. But here's the thing about lung cancer. By the time you see the symptoms, it could be too late. But now, there's a new scan that can detect lung cancer early when it's more curable. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News.
Total, Baldwin faces 32 charges.
Saturday, I went to Woodchuck Saloon.
Too much temperature change.
1310 meteorologist.
2 as well. Visions from Tanner Spink.
Go to 2 and 1.
2 with 6 and 10 on the year.
One in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you. Your barber. Your barber's barber.
Nice work. Thanks.
With early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Welcome back. As always, I'm Melinda here with Faye and our guest for this week, Kate.
For today's game, we have Crossfire. Mel, I know this is a favorite for you.
It is.
It's a favorite for me too. The concept of this game is essentially rapid fire questions. We're going to go around. Everybody is going to, we have a little stack of cards here. We don't know what they say on them. It was randomly distributed. And we're just going to flip over to a question and say the first thing that comes to our mind. So I guess I'll start.
It's an old favorite. We've played this
Yeah.
before, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. If you could live in another time, when would it be? No. No.
You wouldn't live in another time?
No.
Even with COVID and all this humbo-jumbo subway
No, the past
mayonnaise
scares me, the future scares me. I'm gonna live where I am now.
Okay, Kate.
Okay. Favorite actor or actress and why?
That was
Paul Rudd, because it's Paul Rudd.
What? Not Harry Styles?
He's not an actor.
I heard people were laughing during his performance. Anyway,
Oh.
okay. Favorite social media? Why do I always get this question?
You always do.
You know what? My answer's changed. It was Instagram, now it's TikTok. I'm addicted. It's horrible.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Alrighty. Would you fake your death to protect your family, yes or no?
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I could probably start over
So
someplace.
phase in the witness protection service. What would your name be?
Sippy.
Sippy?
Sippy, yeah.
No.
It's one of my pen names online.
Okay.
Sippy. Because
You
it
don't
means
choose
the
your
same
name.
thing.
It's a government name. So
Okay,
like
so
I
then what
work
would
with a
my
guy,
name
his
be?
name's
Then
Paul
they just
Brown.
sign me
That is
something.
a grade A government name. So your name, I
is
feel like
it?
it would be like Sarah Miller.
Okay. Great. Sarah Miller.
All right.
Guess I'm a Sarah Miller.
First song you learned all of the words to? Probably the ABCs.
Fair enough. Okay. The weirdest combination of food I've ever eaten. Okay. I once had grilled bat. It was so bad. I was 5 years old. I was in Florida. My parents told me it was chicken, and then I cried. And that's the story.
Oh my gosh. That is, oh my gosh. I'm stuck on an island. What 3 items do I bring? Book, a knife, and bread.
Okay.
Biggest regret? Oh my God, there's a lot.
Off the top of your head.
No thinking.
Eating Mel's cake that she made last semester.
Yeah, I can see why that would be regretful.
Ouch, that's your biggest regret?
That's the first one that came to my mind.
I
So
would have had a fun time on our show, but I guess not. Okay.
Oh.
I'm skipping this one. That was boring. If I had to be an animal, what would it be? I would be a giraffe. I would be a giraffe.
Okay.
Fun little tidbit. I once went to a party. It was my first party of high school, and the girl told me, wear pajamas or comfy clothes. And I said, let me be funny. I'm going to wear a giraffe onesie. That'll be funny. Everybody else was in normal clothing.
Cute.
And so
Oh my
I didn't,
God.
that was what I wore at that
Someone-
party, and there's a horrible picture, and I will put it on social media, and that is it.
Great.
Someone
Faye.
had to laugh at
I'm
your
expecting to see
expense. What did I want to be as a kid? Oh, I got this one before. I wanted to be a bioethics lawyer.
I don't know what that is. That sounds really
Yeah, I
intense.
wanted
You
to
wanted
work
to make
in.
lots of money.
All right.
Well, I mean, I still do.
I keep flipping my door. Life or death? Who do you call to save you? All is an option. My dad, because I call my dad whenever I have an issue anyway, so I'm sure he would know how to fix
Dad.
whatever situation I'm in.
That works.
Okay. First thing I notice about somebody when I meet them, their eyes.
I said that.
I know, and I called you cheesy.
You did.
I got dissed.
Oh my
Somebody
gosh.
was watching that back, and they go, Mel, you're very mean.
It's not cheesy, it's just true. Do I believe in ghosts? I guess I'd say yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Tea or coffee? Coffee, all the way. Coffee.
Atta girl.
Alrighty.
Coffee.
So, good answer.
Thank you.
That's our show, folks. We hope you had as much fun as we did. Thanks so much for Kate for joining us here tonight.
You can follow us on our Instagram page, major_discussions, for more behind-the-scenes looks and some fun questions throughout the week.
Tune in, not next week Tuesday, but the week after that for more major discussions.
Whoa!